Sticking around North Texas, it's going to be warm and humid, typical Memorial Day.
Yes.
And we have a really small chance to see some afternoon storms, but most of the area looks to stay dry.
Not too bad.
Good time to be outside, maybe by the pool. But today we do have kind of a higher coverage for storms, and this will happen late in the day into the evening and overnight. Now, our western counties are under that slight risk. That's a level 2 out of 5, but Tarrant County now included in a marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of 5. The difference is that in the green, the marginal, that's where we're expecting isolated severe storms. In the yellow, that's where we're expecting scattered severe storms. The main concern today is the potential for strong winds, but we also have a large hail threat and 2 opportunities for this. The first one, very isolated. In fact, this latest model update is not even showing these storms popping up northwest of the Metroplex, but that's where we could see an isolated storm or 2 just under the heat of the day. At this time, we're going to have thunderstorms develop along a dry line in West Texas. Those storms will trek into North Texas late in the day into the evening. Look at this. This is around 7. We start to see a few of those storms, really Abilene, Coleman towards the south. And these storms will continue to progress in more of a line, again, a broken line of showers and storms. The closer it gets to the Metroplex, the more it weakens. So we're looking at about 9 or 10, our western counties seeing some of these storms. And at about midnight, we'll see a few of these storms arriving into the Metroplex. Coverage for this, by the way, about 40%. A lot of this thins out towards the overnight. We're looking at just a few lingering showers for Wednesday morning. Today, we're looking at a mix of sunshine and clouds. Temperature right now of 75 degrees as we look over Fort Worth. The pollen count today at a moderate for hickory, grass, fungus at a low count, but the air quality not great still. I was just checking on this, but ozone still looks to be the main concern for our pollution, and that means an unhealthy for sensitive groups category for Dallas-Fort Worth. So if you're in that category, make sure to limit your time outside. If not, well, it doesn't look too bad. Temperature in the mid-80s for this afternoon, around 3 in the afternoon. 86. We hover around there through 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Small coverage for rain through the day, but most of us stay dry. The coverage goes up into the evening hours. Across Dallas-Fort Worth, 86 degrees is where we're looking at the high, but upper 80s for our western counties, mid 80s for our eastern counties. So kind of warm overall, but close to what's considered normal for this time of the year. We had these showers passing through across the North Texas region this morning, and it was all thanks to storms from the overnight. We're kind of stuck in this pattern where we see these thunderstorms form along a dry line, and we have what's called a northwest flow aloft, and that's what's helping push these thunderstorms into North Texas. A lot of the times this means overnight rain. The good news is that the severe threat lowers by the time those storms get here. Still something to be watching, though, as our coverage for rain goes at about a 40% for Tuesday night. 40% coverage as we head into Wednesday afternoon, and I'll show you that. And then it lowers significantly Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and on Memorial Day, Monday. It looks like we only see that potential for afternoon storms, very typical summertime pattern, really starting to take shape. So this is Wednesday. After the storms from this evening go away, this is around 10 in the morning. We start to see a little activity popping up northwest of DFW. Again, very scattered. 40% coverage is what I'm looking at for tomorrow. This is Wednesday around noon. You see a bit better coverage for our western counties, and then eventually areas of the Metroplex seeing some afternoon storms. This is around 3 in the afternoon, by the way. Very scattered activity expected. The threat for severe weather is very low tomorrow, but we could see a quick downpour and maybe even some small hail with the strongest of storms and gusty winds. We're looking at accumulation between 1/4 to maybe 1/2 of an inch for Dallas-Fort Worth. Higher for our western counties. That's where those complexes of storms are really starting to decay. That's why the rain totals are a little higher there. Over the weekend, highs close to the 90-degree mark. So again, toasty Memorial Day weekend, Cleo.
Yeah, it is. But at least it's not going to be like a big washout.
No, not expecting it.
Good news there. Thank you, Mariel.